Hello and welcome to Europe's most boring capital city, where the most fun thing to do is leave. Now I'm sure you're probably wondering, where on earth is Europe's most boring capital city? Well, I'll tell you that in a minute, you curious little carrot. But first, I need to tell you a little bit of a story. So, my name is Ben and I make YouTube videos. And if you've watched any of them before, you probably see me smiling and in lots of wonderful places. Like this, or this, or this, or this, this, and this. But if I'm completely honest with you, sad music please. My perfectionism often takes over and the general pressure of travelling and filming just really stresses me out. So, I thought why not challenge myself to actually just have fun for once? Well, where better than the most boring place in Europe, maybe? That sounds like a great idea. So, I went from the wonderful city of Budapest, hopped on a plane and flew through Candy Floss, jumped into a weird sketchy van, which would then finally take me to the promised land of stray dogs and dreary grey apartment blocks. So at last, we have made it to Europe's most boring capital city. Well, this place doesn't actually look too bad. Alright, now finally we are here. We have landed in the most boring capital city in Europe, according to a lot of people online. Podgorica, the capital of Montenegro, and can you believe it? This is apparently the main square. It's not looking too hopeful. Got a fountain there that's not on. Looking pretty grey and dreary. So I think trying to have fun is definitely going to be a challenge, but thankfully I'm not on my own. I've got some lovely company here. Ayla, my travel buddy. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Are you camera shy?
No.
No, not at all. No, I don't think we're very well equipped to have fun, are we? So we best sort that out. Thankfully, I had just the idea. So, heading into the supermarket, we somehow found just the thing we needed. But of course, it's no party without a carrot and dog treats. Now that we're well equipped to have a good time, we set back off to the streets of Podgorica. Oh, and here's our accommodation for the night. Just kidding. Ready to explore the city now, we head for the riverside, where we pass numerous fluffball friends who freely roam the streets. I absolutely did not then spend an hour trying to pluck up the courage to record my intro in front of everyone. Thankfully, I got straight back to having fun as intended when we saw what was in front of us. But the riverside views can wait. Wait till you see these twats. Here we are, we've just arrived at the riverside, and you know what? It's actually pretty nice, isn't it?
So nice, yeah.
We've got our party hats ready. I've got my carrot. And what have you brought to the party? Anything?
Good vibes.
Good vibes. I'm going to turn you around and show you the river. We might actually just chill here for a bit, because it's actually pretty nice. So I'll turn you around. Wingardium Leviosa. In all seriousness, we were actually very pleasantly surprised. So we headed on down to the Maraccia River, gracefully. With lush turquoisey blue waters and glowing green riverside banks. It actually made for a surprisingly beautiful and peaceful spot to relax in, where more importantly I could wave at passers-by with my carrot. Though one of the biggest advantages of being in one of the most boring cities is that it actually kind of forces you to slow down for a change. And actually, I'd say having fun is going pretty well so far. And while Podgorica doesn't seem that pretty when you're actually in it, the views from the sky were quite amazing. And believe it or not, you're also looking at one of the top attractions of the city, the Millennium Bridge. Anyway, it's time to see what else we can find. First on the list is SpongeBob, but I don't think he's quite as innocent in Montenegro. So getting away as quickly as we can, we continue wandering aimlessly along the river, with surprisingly lovely views onto distant snow-topped mountains. Just a few minutes later, along this dreamy riverside path, with birds tweeting and the sun shining, we stumble upon another of Podgorica's main attractions.
I tell you what, I don't think the city's up to much, but when the sun's out, it's quite beautiful this, isn't it? I'm on this really old bridge. You can see the river behind me there. Apart from, again, lots of rubbish and stuff in the trees and in the river. It's lovely, really. And that hotel over there, I think there's a lot of sort of Soviet brutalist architecture, which is quite funny for a 4-star hotel. Anyway, let's move on, see what else we can find.
Before we set off exploring once more, I remind myself of my challenge of trying to have fun in Europe's most boring city. So, I decided to embark on a secret mission, which may or may not come in the form of fluffy ears. But we'll get back to that soon. Heading back into the city, we pass fortress walls of a former Ottoman fortress, which supposedly blew up when lightning struck ammunition supplies. And here, unfortunately, is another glimpse of the darker side of travelling the Balkans region. Although there are still many beautiful places which are worth visiting across the peninsula, things can feel a little bit neglected and run down in parts.
Hello, Fluffball. Hello.
Before we try and abduct a dog, it's time for lunch. We paid just €6 for Ayla's lovely pizza and €6 for mine too. And cheap prices make us both very happy. But one word of advice, don't order lemonade in Montenegro.
And here we are, we have found a lovely little park and there's a couple over there practically having intercourse. So, we thought, why not join them? No, I'm just kidding. But I don't think we're having that much fun, are we? No. So, get the goods out. Not the carrot. No. We'll get there eventually. We forgot about these. So, we thought, why not find a little fluffy friend to join us? Ruff, ruff.
So off we went in search of canine companionship, which was rather pleasant in the spring sunshine, until we arrived in the city centre again. Jokes aside, we at last spotted a potential victim lying on the floor, but there's a slight problem.
We found one, but I think it's dead.
Though just as we're about to leave it to its permanent nap, there's a miracle. The dog resurrects from the dead, and now we are one step closer to befriending a local fluffball. But, unfortunately, he doesn't show much interest until...
Hello, Poochie.
Apparently we were best friends all along. So now, we just need to give him a name.
We're friends now. Call him Chicken Nugget. Hello, Chicken Nugget. Hello.
However, things very quickly turned sour. It was revealed that Chicken Nugget wasn't really our friend, but a traitor. We soon realised he didn't care about us all along. And believe it or not, it gets worse.
Look at what you've done, Ayla.
I think now may be a good time to leave our genius idea behind.
Run! Oh no, Chicken Nugget's back.
Goodbye, Chicken Nugget.
Unfortunately, making friends didn't go too well, did it? Chicken Nugget let us down and got a little bit nibbly. So instead, we're going to head to the #1 rated attraction in Podgorica.
So, we head north of the river, eager to see what we find, crossing the Millennium Bridge I showed you earlier, which again had some wonderful views. And then a further 20-minute walk, we had finally made it to the highest rated attraction in Europe's most boring city.
You know what? It's actually not that bad. Let's go and have a closer look, shall we?
On first impression, we were actually very pleasantly surprised. The cathedral was larger and prettier than we both expected, with its shiny stone steeples dominating the empty space around it, and its rather unique facade. It tempted us to explore further. Genuinely quite shocked as we entered into the nave of the cathedral. Gold paint and glorious artwork blessed the interior from base to ceiling. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. In fact, it prompts me to reflect on our adventure. I'm reminded that you can still find beauty even in places you perhaps don't expect. Though maybe most of all, it's easy to hop around the most lucrative destinations like that's the prized possession you must chase. But often, the things we seek don't equate with what we truly desire. As we leave the church and head back to the riverside, I am hit with worry once more. My challenge to truly have fun on this adventure really proved to be difficult. Whether it was stressing about the performance of the video, filming the next shot, the storyline or how it will be received, and even the expectations that I set upon myself. It is all ultimately a barrier to having fun and being happy. It's quite ironic really, that in Europe's alleged most boring city, I am taught the most about having fun. Often, enjoyment and being happy is more an art of letting go than acquiring or clinging on, whether that be to expectation, pressure, stress, or general inflexibility. I'd say that in the end, we did a pretty good job at having fun. And that's a huge thanks to Ayla. The people in our lives are such a huge influence on us after all. After coming along on this adventure with us, I hope you too can challenge yourself to make room for some more fun. Thank you for taking the time to join me. I've got a whole playlist of amazing European destinations which I think you'll love. Or come and join me on a similar adventure which I filmed in London. Oh, and click that little logo with my face on, that way you can subscribe. Hope you have fun. See ya.